Back and forth. We've had really explosive runs on offense, and then in some downs, their defense has stopped the offense in some short yardage down. So we got to minimize the explosive plays. On defense, we're going to up too many explosive plays right now. But then offense, we're still taking a little too many negatives, even though today we only turned the ball over one time on offense, which is good. Defense, obviously, we got to have more takeaways in an 85 play scrimmage.
How do you feel about there haven't been many penalties or operational issues that we've seen so far. How do you feel about that with how much music there is?
Yeah, I mean, that's been an emphasis for us this offseason is penalties. We've shown it every single day. That was an area that early in last year was like, where did that come from, to be honest? And I had to really look at things that we were doing as a staff because obviously we didn't do a good enough job of emphasizing it. We got it cleaned up towards the end of the year, right? And so we're just trying to carry that through. I think it's a testament to the players being veteran players and having played football before on the field in game days, and a testament to just recruiting smart guys. And smart players usually don't make dumb mistakes.
What were your general thoughts on tonight's scrimmage?
I thought, offense started off hot. I mean, as hot as it could get. Defense bounced back. Really started with Owen and Cyrus combination interception there on an underneath throw. And then the defense, it was back and forth from then on out. But I thought those first couple drives, offense got them. And then defense got them on the other, the back end, back and forth. So I thought it was decent work today. Got a long way to go.
You've talked a lot about physicality this game. What did you make of the physicality today?
It was, above average. I wouldn't say I walked away from this scrimmage being like, oh man, that is a physical, violent football team. We got a lot of practices to go before I can say we're a physical, violent football team. I think we have it in us, though. We have the ability to be that, but that takes a lot of work and a lot of grind.
What are your early impressions of Cardi Mack so far?
Oh, he had a good day today. Pads went on, he went live, hard to tackle. That's kind of the most important part of running back is being hard to tackle.
Coach, you said Owen and talked about Cyrus, but just the linebackers overall in general, obviously feeling like stepping in for guys that are gone, but what have you thought of the linebackers so far?
Yeah, I thought and there's a lot of young guys in that room, and what we put on our backers, we put a lot in our backers. So I think early in camp, they're doing a lot of thinking. I think they're finally starting to slow down that thought process, and that's why I don't put too much into, how somebody performs in the first 5-ish days of camp, is because I want to see guys, perform when the install starts to shrink, and I think those guys are doing a nice job.
Hey, Coach, speaking of freshmen that have impressed so far, Julian Hugo has been really, really huge. Just how much of a spark has he provided for the edge group that's obviously retooling right now? Yeah, he's doing a really good job. Really good young buck. His future is very, very bright.
You had mentioned with the additional staff that you could be able to get more involved in the offensive side of things. Has that manifested at all throughout the first 8 practices?
What do you mean by that?
Just, with having more offensive staff and personnel and just, it's like that. Free you up to do
yeah, I'm trying to get involved in all aspects. I'm lucky that I feel like we have one of the best staffs in the country. So whichever side of the ball I'm sitting in and watching film in, or whatever the side of the ball I'm going to, I know the other side of the ball has a phenomenal staff. So obviously my background is offense, and I feel like I'm at a place to where I can, try to, coach more football, and I like football. So that's fun for me. But I definitely have so much faith in my staff, regardless of where I am. I got a lot of confidence.
Okay, so I saw on Twitter that you were retweeting Tommy Lloyd talking about how he's staying in Arizona. How important do you think it is that big sports figures in the state are doubling down on building things here?
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, all those decisions, kind of spur from the Board of Regents approvals. I think anytime the Board of Regents are getting behind sports programs in the state, I think it's a positive. I think it's just a good sign that the Board of Regents is really understanding how important the state is, how important sports are in this state, and I think they're trying to make that known.
What are you trying to really get this group to hone in on the back half of camp?
I'm just trying to get us to be more physical and create a mindset that, I firmly believe the teams who pour the most in are the most likely to become winners or get lucky, right? Because when you give something everything you got, right, you don't quit. And if you're down 18, down 19, down 20, you just keep fighting because you've poured too much in to quit. And I'm really trying to get our guys to empty the tank, put everything in. That way when we get in those moments where somebody who didn't pour everything out is going to quit, our guys rally together and we fight because we've worked too hard to quit. And I think you can only create that winning mindset if you literally just give it all. So what am I trying to get? Trying to get a football team that puts everything out there all the time, physical, passion, right? And they just play the game in a way that people can be proud of.
On Thursday, I saw Cutter stay out here for about an extra 30 minutes after practice doing some drop back work. What can you say about his work ethic?
Oh, he's got a great work ethic. All those quarterbacks have a great work ethic. I think we got a really good room. I think that room's gotten better and better and better as camp has progressed. I think even today out there, we're in a scrimmage, and we didn't have one interception throw. To me, that we had a pick, but collision, ball hit somebody's hand, ball in the air. We didn't throw the ball to the other team. That's what I call an interception throw, right? For a quarterback, you threw the ball to the other team, which sounds really simple, but that's what it is, right? So we didn't throw the ball to the defense. And anytime you don't throw the ball to the defense, you got a really good chance to win if the running backs and the skill guys don't fumble. So, we were really 90-something% of the way there to having a 0 turnover, 85, 90 play scrimmage. And that's going to lead to a lot of victories just that alone if you don't get penalties and you don't turn the ball over. So I think that growth you've seen throughout camp, and also their understanding on just how the game flow is going to go. That's why we do so many unscripted periods, is because I think they need to understand how the flow of the game is going to happen, so they don't have to feel pressed to throw a ball 40 yards down the field every time we call a shot. Like, it's okay to throw it to the dude 2 yards away because the linebacker's panic dropped. Like, just go to him. It'll be 2nd and 8. That'd be nice. Way better than 2nd and 17.
Appreciate it.